Dan Perry here with another Dan on Tech Python video. In this video, we're going to do another example using the if-elifs. And what we're going to do is we're going to ask the user to input their favorite color. So I've got an input, and I've said color is the variable equals input, what's your favorite color? So it's going to prompt the user to enter their favorite color. Then I've already started it with if color equals red. It's going to print that the color they entered, in this case red, is a good choice. Then I'm going to add an elif, and I'm going to say color equals green, and I'm going to say green on St. Patrick's Day. Well, if I want the apostrophe on St. Patrick's, but I've used the single quotes here, I have to escape it, so I could do a \n. I'm sorry, not \n, a \apostrophe. The \n would do a new line, and that will print the apostrophe in the else if. Now, if I wanted instead to just do the apostrophe, I could have used the double quotes at the beginning and end and just done an apostrophe. Now, let's go ahead and just paste that green one in to save me some typing, and let's do blue and say just say blue on blue. It's a line from a song. And do one more. And say yellow like a flower. So I'm going to go ahead and put some breakpoints in. The first time I run it, I'm just going to run it, but I'm going to put a couple of breakpoints actually at the elifs, and I am going to add a final else, and I'm just going to print not a good color. Doesn't matter if it is or not. And I'll put a breakpoint at that else because I want you to see that those elifs, once you've found a true condition, and the else are just skipped completely. So I'm going to run it first just normally, and I'm going to put in red, and it tells me red is a good choice. Okay, that's what I expected. Now I'm going to go ahead and start it with the debugging, and I'm going to do the same. So I'm in here in the debugger now, and I'm going to type on the console red. And if I go back on the debugger side, the program is ended. It never even evaluated or stopped at the elif, because once it had the true condition of the if, it just ended the program. Well, let's run it again, and let's try green. Just go down the line. Green on St. Patrick's Day. Well, I ran it. Well, let's run it with the debugger. And if I look on the debugger before I type or enter, it just says connected. Once I hit enter in the console, now in the debugger it's paused. It says color, shows me here color is green. What I really want you to see is it did skip the red. It did the if there. It skipped the print that was true in there, and it stopped now, getting ready when I tell it to go on to evaluate green. It's going to go into the green. Let me just add one more breakpoint here. So now it's gone into the print. It has not printed anything yet, but as soon as I tell it to step again, it prints, and then it goes down to the end of the program. So it prints the green on St. Patrick's Day. And I've still got this after the if in just so you see what happens afterwards. Well, let's debug again and try blue. And it did the first if, that was false. Now it's at the green if. I tell it to go on. Now it goes to the blue if. So because the green if was false, it hadn't found the true condition yet. Now it's gone to the blue if. When I run that, that was true, so it printed blue on blue and went on. And let's go ahead and run with, actually instead of run, let's debug. And let's do yellow. And I guess you hopefully by now will know that, okay, it stopped at it. The if statement was false, so it's now going to test the green else if. It's going to be false. It'll test the blue else if. It will be false. It will do the yellow else if. It's false. And so, or I'm sorry, it's true. So since it's true, it prints yellow like a flower and then exits the if structure. And one last time with a color that's not there. So I'm going to do cyan. The if was false, so it's now going to try the first else if, the green one. That will be false. It'll try the blue one. It will be false. It tries the yellow one. That's false. And so it hits the else. And it did the not a good color. So that's how we can use the if, else if. In this case, each of those else if was checking color to be equal, but it doesn't have to be. It could be anything we need to check. It could be a greater than, less than. It doesn't even have to be the color, the same variable the first if was checking. Thank you for watching this Dan on Tech video. Please subscribe to this playlist so you don't miss future videos. Please check out and subscribe to our other Dan on Tech channel playlists.